2023 is going to be one of those years that we look back on VR and say, wow, this was a golden age of content for VR users. And there was just so much this year that I could not play it all myself. I guarantee you there will be some games that you couldn't play either. However, out of the games that I did play, these are the ones that I felt were most notable. Some of them are early access, some of them are complete releases, but all of them were amazing experiences that I had in 2023. If there's something that's not on this list, leave a comment down below. I would love to see what your top picks are for 2023. Ghost of Tabor is one of those games that can have you really happy or really sad for the rest of the night, because as an extraction shooter, anything you bring into game, you need to survive and get out with. It's a very high intensity game that overall is a fantastic experience, is very well polished, and is not even at full release yet. It is early access, but if you're someone that really enjoys fine-tuned gunplay, very high-stress situations, and really enjoys just that feeling of getting out with a whole bunch of loot, Ghosts of Tabor is going to be that game that you're 100% going to want to play. I am going to link the official Discord down below because for me, I just think there is such a deep mechanical curve to learn in this game that without the Discord or watching videos on YouTube, you are going to be target practice for 90% of the lobbies that you join. So I've linked that Discord down below. It is the official Ghosts of Tabor Discord, and anybody and everybody that's in there is more than willing to help. Everybody is super nice, super generous, and as long as you go in and say, teach me, they will teach you. The Light Brigade was my VR game of the year, and I am not going to be able to do it full justice with the time allotted in this video. So with that, I will link my full review in the top right, as well as down below in the description. But while I have you here, I'm going to try and do this game justice. Firstly, the sound design on the Light Brigade is fantastic. They did a great job just offering that realistic crispness in each environment individually, as well as the way that leveling works for this game was fantastic. Within the run that you are on, you will be able to add attachments to each individual weapon, as well as pick up tarot cards, which will have you either delaying enemies' aim, making corrupt damage, additional physical or magic damage, and so on, as well as leveling up per class outside of each individual run. You will go over to the gunsmith and upgrade your money, your damage for both your primary, your secondary, the amount of retries you get within a specific run. There's just so much to love about the rogue elements of this game that I think if you are someone that loves World War I weaponry and just roguelikes in general, this will be right up your alley. Assassin's Creed Nexus is probably one of the best games of 2023 for a Quest exclusive. This only released on the Quest 2, 3, and Pro, but if you are a fan of the Assassin's Creed franchise, they have done a fantastic job staying true to everything Assassin's Creed is known for. The Hidden Blade, the Leap of Faith, the parkour, all of it is done beautifully within Assassin's Creed Nexus, and mechanically, it is fantastic. The team at Rudstorm Entertainment did a fantastic job at translating Italy, Greece, and the early Americas into virtual reality, and really did make me feel like I was there. The amount of NPCs that fill your screen feel believable, as well as the enemy thought process and AI actually seem pretty smart overall. The only area that I did see them lacking was in combat, but Assassin's Creed isn't really for combat, it's for stealth and assassination. So if you're someone that likes to use your cunning in a stealth setting to solve puzzles, as well as sneak around hostile areas, Assassin's Creed is something you should definitely be picking up, or at least putting on your backlog. Budget Cuts Ultimate combines the first and second games into one package, where the first game has you trying to escape an office building, and the second latter half of the game has you trying to take down HR. The portal gun that you get to use within Budget Cuts Ultimate is amazing. It's a very cool mechanic that has you traveling through vents, up in ceilings, as well as down to the lower levels of factories and office buildings. Now, this is a stealth game first, but there is combat. It does change over time. Within the very first half of this game, you are going to be experiencing the combat through sharp objects, if you will. Those are going to be scissors, knives, or letter openers, if you will. This does not continue throughout the entirety of the second half. You actually get a bow in the second half, which I personally wish was in the first half, because the way that the bow works just feels so good and seems like they put a lot of time into how they wanted it to work and how people could potentially be holding this weapon for it to aim. They want to make sure that they don't give it to you like Assassin's Creed Nexus, that you are actually aiming that bow and being precise enough to take out enemies. The story overall is also very good. I really enjoyed the progression throughout the game that got me closer and closer to understanding who this person was that was helping me throughout my entire time within Budget Cuts Ultimate. Guardians Frontline is definitely not going to be on a lot of people's lists as a must-play of 2023, but for me personally, I really enjoyed the co-op a lot. I did do a full review on this. This is another one of those that I will link in the top right, as well as the description below, but everything about this game really stood out. I will say the story is not that deep. However, it is there, and I definitely recommend going through it, as you will unlock weapons as well as customizations for your, what I want to call a Spartan, because this game gives me Halo vibes. It gives me Starship Trooper vibes, where you have these mechs, this helicopter that's not really a helicopter. I guess technically it looks more like a pelican, if you will. So I guess it's a plane that can take off vertically. It's great. It's awesome. You can control the mechs. Just everything about this experience really stood out to me when it came out. Keep in mind, it's not going to be a super deep loop when it comes to the story. The real meat and bones from this game comes from that co-op, comes from PvP. And this is actually similar to an RTS. It's top down and first person. So although you are a commander on a battlefield, you can get a sky view from that battlefield. You are going to want to hide while you do that, but you can get that top-down view and see what's really going on and command your units to go where you need them to go, and then go back down and actually work with those units in first person. Just really blew me away, and I hope that there are more games that include that RTS element from the top down. Grimlord currently is a PC VR exclusive that is eventually going to be coming to the MetaQuest platform. However, there is a demo currently on App Lab that you can play if you'd like to, but as it stands, I really recommend you play this on PC. This is the defining Dark Souls of VR right now. The combat down to the physics is just unmatched, as well as the massive amount of weapon diversity. You can have swords, shields, axes, bows, magical staffs that you actually need to move and whip around to actually cast. You know, kind of like, you gotta Harry Potter it up. For me, I think that this is one of those games for anyone that really enjoys sword combat. Yes, it is difficult. I will tell you that and be the first to tell you that. If you do not like difficult, or you are not a Souls person, this probably will not be for you. But if you enjoy difficult, if you like the Dark Souls genre where it is just punishing when you make mistakes, I think that this game is an absolute must-buy for any enjoyer of that genre. Now that you know my top picks for 2023, tell me yours down in the comments below. And in case you forgot, my name is Butter Something, and I want to thank all of you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see each and every one of you in the next video.